Welcome back, my friends, to Kingdom Come Deliverance. This is episode 28. Thank you for being here with me today on this grand adventure that we're having. Last we left off, we were hot on the trail of our boy Lubosh. We are heading over to Ledetchko, I believe is the name of the town that we're heading to, and I believe we're going in the right direction. I'm gonna double check that. Yeah, we're like right in here. Oh, I activated the perk Berg. I understand why we saw a notification for that now. If you guys remember in the last episode, I was a little confused as to why that perk, selecting that perk in particular, showed up on the screen. I guess it's to let us know that the effects of the perk are working. And in that case, it's because we have now rolled into town, and the burger perk, gives me some bonuses while I'm here in town to speech, and also I think some combat abilities too. So I guess we just are supposed to ask around. We're looking for one of his buds, a fellow who goes by the name of Reeky. Well, last time we were looking for someone, geez, this place looks like it's seen better days. Last time we were looking for someone, it seemed like most of the villagers kind of knew who I was talking about. But for the sake of brevity, I'm gonna go and check. Let's see if we can find like an inn or a tavern. I feel like that's a good place to start. Who this boy? Archery range, huh? He looks like an archery trainer. I'm willing to bet, but that's not what we need right now. Ooh, fast travel point. Sweet. That'll be useful because, as you guys will remember, probably, I want to go talk to our girl Teresa tomorrow morning and finally go on this walk. And I swear to God, if it's raining, well, then I'm just going to cry. That's what's going to happen. This looks like, yeah, this is definitely a tavern. Innkeeper would be... Not you, probably. Excuse me, alehouse maid. Oh, this man, because he's marked on the compass. Hello?
Jesus Christ be praised.
What's happening around here? You got any quests for me, maybe?
You know how it is. Always something.
Sure.
Especially at the mill. Not a week goes by without some ruckus there. But I'm wise to them troublemakers. Whenever they're planning some mischief, they're always huddled there in the corner, hatching their plots. Like yesterday, for instance. And there's more.
I wonder if this is related.
Now I think of it, I've not seen Kunhuta here for some time.
Kunhuta?
The local herb woman. She always comes here once a week for a tankard of ale. But she ain't turned up recently. I hope nothing's happened to her. And by the way...
There's 3 quests that we have here?
Started an archery contest here. If you want to try your luck at winning a few Russian, you should go and see him.
That might not be a bad idea, actually. I feel like I've typically performed pretty well in those archery contests. Thanks very much, man. Although you don't have any information on my boy Reeky, do you? I guess I'm just gonna have to ask around. Hello, Miss Alehouse Maid? Reeky.
I'm looking for someone they call Reeky.
That's the tanner's son, Hynek.
Where can I find him?
Hard to say. He's not around here much. Thank God for small blessings. We could try his folks' place.
Where might I find that? What can you tell me about Reeky?
Tell me about this Hynek.
Hynek.
What can I tell you? Nope, he's none too popular. No one cares to talk to him.
Why not?
Well, I'm not one to gossip, but I heard he keeps bad company.
Well, you heard right on that one, my love. What's his father
What's the
like?
tanner like? Hynek's father.
The less
Man,
I see
Henry's
him, the
voice is so
better.
dulcet.
He's not exactly sparkling company.
So it runs in the family. Why do they call him Reeky?
Why do
Because
they
he
call
smells?
him Reeky anyway?
Why do you think? Because he's a tanner, of course.
I'm not quite making the connection, sorry. Why don't people like him? Surely someone must talk to him. I'll see about this one.
Talk to him?
That harlot Adela hangs around.
Here we go.
Harlot?
She works as a bathhouse wench. Same thing.
All right. There we go. See, I'm glad we did that. End dialogue. Let's see. The bathhouse. Did I pass the bathhouse by chance? Oh, man. Track down Reeky. Talk to the bathhouse wench. Oh, she's right nearby. And that's Reeky's father's house. Gotcha. All right, well, let's go talk to her. I have a sneaking suspicion that the father might even point us in the direction of this bathhouse wench anyway. So since she's on the way, I'm going to stop there first. God, I just love these environments. Can't steal these cabbages and such, can I? That's something that I always thought was so silly in Skyrim, and I mean it's since fixed now in Ultimate Skyrim with the changes that we've made. Isn't it just, it's so funny that you can just walk up and steal cabbages. Well, it's not even stealing. That's kind of like my point. You can go up to farmers' crops and just take them with absolutely no consequence, but I guess it makes about as much sense as being able to waltz into someone's owned mine and take all the ore. Stuff like that is just so odd. Makes you wonder, why they didn't do something to fix that. Or like, I know that you guys and I have talked about this before, where, you know, there's only so much time in the day for development, right? And certain features don't make it into the final game or have to be cut. I'm not even in the right spot, am I? But something like that, knowing the back end of Skyrim, it's as simple as kind of assigning ownership, or it wouldn't be that difficult to implement, so it seems like a less, what's the word? A less excusable oversight.
I heard you've been seeing Hynek, the tanner's son.
So what? Come to
Oh,
preach at me,
Adela.
have you? That I'm a loose woman, a sinner, that I seduce decent men?
No, are you feeling a little bit defensive there, Adela? Is it nothing like that? That's your affair.
God,
Is
no,
it-
nothing like that. It's just that you're the
Henry.
only one in the village who sees Hynek, so I came to ask you about him.
Yep,
Aye.
simple as that.
I've seen him often enough, but I don't know what I could tell you about him.
Maybe like where he is?
Where can I find
When
him?
did you see him last? That's a good question.
I haven't seen him in the village for a few days.
God, this game is so
He
fucking
must have
cool,
run
isn't
off
it?
to the woods again.
Just like
Does he do that?
CSI Bohemia.
From
It's like a
time
big
to
old
time.
detective story.
What the
Who
hell
doesn't
does
like
he
a
get
good
up to?
detective story? It's like LA Noir.
I don't know.
Yes, you do. I'm a friend of Hynek. Oh, so I'm pretty much... sounds like he's up to something. Any of these, I suppose, would be fine because my abilities are like way up. This is a lie. This is the truth. I bet either one will work, but if I'm too, like, on the fact that he's done something wrong, she might kind of, you know, shy away. But also she might get scared. She seems like a sweet enough girl, and I bet if we push a little bit, she'll topple.
He goes to the woods from time to time. That smells fishy to me.
What do you mean? There's no law against it, is there?
With all the footpads, looters, cumans, and God knows what other vermin around, it's not the sort of thing an honest man would do.
But
Fair
Hynek
point.
doesn't have anything to do with those people.
Oh, Adela.
Oh, really? Then what does he do there? I don't imagine he's gathering mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
There it
no.
is.
More like hares or other game.
Okay.
So Hynek is a poacher.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
no
I mean, he's a
surprise.
tanner, too,
Well-
so...
He was never much of one
Fits.
for an honest trade.
Do you know exactly where he goes? Maybe he has some favourite spot he might have told you about?
He said he has some hideout in the woods. He didn't tell
Hey,
me where.
now we're getting somewhere. When did you see him
you
last?
see him?
A few days ago, he came to me late in the evening, drunk.
And that was unusual?
I never saw him drink much. He always
Sounds like
came
a
to
guilty
me
conscience,
sober.
maybe.
So he was acting strangely that evening.
He was
Gotta use
strange.
something to numb
I had
those
the
feelings.
feeling he was afraid of something. He keeps prattling on and didn't seem to care about you know what. So I threw him out and I
I
haven't
like
seen
her.
him
She's a
since.
sweetheart. All right, thank you, Adela. What did he say that
Do you
evening?
remember anything he said that evening?
Oh, I'm not sure. He went on about some fellow called Lubosh who died,
Yeah,
that he was regretting he ever got into it,
yeah.
but he never said what it was.
Guilt, fear.
And that it wasn't worth it for the money.
That'll put you in the drink for
Aye.
sure.
And then he was talking about the money. That was very odd.
About the money.
What did he say about the money?
Just that he had a pile of it hidden behind his house.
Hey.
What did you say to that?
What could I say? He was drunk. He kept saying I was a fine girl, and other harlots wouldn't go with him even for money.
Jeez,
And
guy.
if I wanted, I could even take half the money and leave. Or he'd go with me, and we could get married and such. All just poppycock.
Did you look for the money? Where exactly? I'm gonna
Did
ask
you go
this
there
one.
for a look?
No, I've got better things to do. Obviously he made it up. Where would a layabout
Wouldn't
like
be so
him
sure
get
about that,
much coin?
Adela.
Yes, I understand.
Where exactly is
Did
it
he tell you
hidden?
exactly where he hid it?
He said he buried it at his father's small holding in the western corner.
All right, thank you.
Western Corner's small holding. Find Reeky's stash. Now, I'm not really interested in stealing it from this guy, but it could provide some very useful leverage. Let's see, no one else would sleep with him. I don't know if this is particularly pertinent, but I don't know. Let's ask
it
about it,
true?
just in case. You never know what small details are going to
What?
crack the case open, right?
Other whores wouldn't go with him even for money.
The other bathhouse girls are honest, so I don't know. The
Oh,
truth is, I felt a bit sorry for him. folk don't like him, but it's only 'cause his old man is a grouch and a tanner.
What's wrong with tanners? So I understand you felt. I heard something different. You felt sorry for. Well, if I want to stay on her good side, best not to press here.
So you only felt sorry for him?
Both of us are the black sheep of the village.
There's nothing more between you?
No, nothing. Maybe Hynek thinks differently, but that's how it goes.
Man, sad existence. Anything about his hideout, love?
Hideout.
I really don't know where it is. I only know when he came back, he usually came to see me.
I see.
All right, well, please take my card. How did you know he'd been to the woods? Who did he sell the meat to, and which direction did he go? I'm going to ask all three of
How
these.
did you know he'd been to the woods?
He always talked about what he caught, and he never came to me at other times. Probably didn't have the money for it.
Fair point. Who did he sell the meat to?
He never told me straight up. But who could he sell it to? The innkeeper, I reckon. It makes sense.
Yes, it does. He's a smart girl. Reeky was selling poached game to the innkeeper. I should go and check that out. Most definitely. I'm going to press him a little bit. Maybe he can give me some info on the location of this hideout. So before we leave this village, it might be worth talking to his father as well, and definitely getting that stash, because if we want Reeky to do what we say, or give us some information, that'll give us a lot of leverage, I think.
Do you know what route he took? At least the general direction. Anything that could help me find his hideout.
I think he usually went through the woodcutter's camp, 'cause he always brought me freshly chopped firewood, and he had wood chips on his boots.
Ah.
So at least I know where to start.
Yeah, we can go and press them as well. Very cool. Well, I suppose that's everything we need, right? Thank you, Adela. Man, she was extremely helpful, excuse me. Bathhouse proprietor. Am I getting hungry? Well, let's go and get some of that poached game from the innkeeper.
there?
Chow down maybe a little bit. And then we can ask him about Reeky and his dealings. Hello. Back again. Let's talk trade. Let's see, bacon, bandage, beer. You have any dried stuff? Doesn't look like it. Fine wine, horseradish, lentil mash. I'm gonna sort by value here. See what the cheapest stuff is. Cooked horse meat. Well, that's pretty cheap. That's really not bad at all, to be honest. Let's go ahead and get some nice horse meat. Can't say I've ever had horse, not to my knowledge anyway. This is cooked, so it should keep a little bit longer. I'll buy 3 of them, and we'll chow down on that right now. Sorry. Basket. Close the deal. Exactly for how much it's worth. For exactly as much as it's worth, rather. That was poor English on my part. Eat. There we go. Delicious. All right, my friend, I have a few questions for you I'm hoping you can answer.
I want to ask about the courier's son, Hynek.
But ask someone else. I have nothing to do with Reeky.
I don't
He only
believe
drive my
you.
customers away.
Really?
Ha.
I heard a different story. I heard the two of you do
Hey.
business together.
Who are you, anyway?
A friend of Hynek's. He's gone missing and I need to find him.
I don't know.
Good
where
line,
he is.
Henry.
But if you find the bastard, tell him he still owes me some goods.
Okay. I've no time for evasions. Buying from poachers is a crime. A bit of coin might help. I think I should be able to get this one. To have one over on him. And I do believe that people with a business have a lot more to lose when it comes to participating in illicit activities.
I don't give a damn what deals you've been doing together. I won't tell anyone. I just need to know where Reeky is. It's urgent.
What have our deals got to do with where he disappeared to?
More than you think. It's likely Reeky is hiding out at his poaching lair. And believe me, it wasn't hard to find out who was buying game from him, and it's even easier to
Yeah,
go to
there
the
we go.
castle
That's
and tell them.
the line that I would have used.
Poaching's a crime, after all.
All right.
Yeah!
But give me your word of honor. You won't tell anyone about our deal.
You have it,
my
my
word.
friend.
Fine. So, what do you want to know?
I love that, like, your word of honor counts for something, you know? I don't mean to be all, like, lay wrong generation about it. I just think that, I mean, I'm sure it can in our day and age, too. It's just cool that it was almost like a binding contract, it seems, in this time. Let's see, his hideout.
I hear Hynek has a hideout in the woods he uses for hunting game. Do you know where it is?
Not exactly. That is... I don't know where it is at all.
But
Okay.
but I happen to know it's a dark place, a cave or an old mine shaft.
Cave or
How
an
do you know
old
that?
mine shaft.
Whenever Reeky was going poaching, he always came to me first for candles and lamp oil.
Ah.
He brought the game skinned and gutted.
This game is so
he had to have
fucking
a light
cool.
for that.
Let's see here. How much gain did he bring you? Yeah, sure, why
How
not?
much game did he bring you?
Not much, a few pieces. There's no great demand here. Sometimes the gentry has something, otherwise it ends up in sausages.
Fair enough. Where is there a mine
Do you
shaft
know
in
of
the
any
area?
mine shafts nearby?
There's a few of them around. There's one on the opposite bank, a short way off the path leading from the forge to the west.
Okay.
Then there's a mine gallery to the east of the village, up in the woods above the cliffs. And I heard there's one shaft on the headland close to the water.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome. Watch you don't break your neck, though. It's rough ground, and you could easily fall down a shaft.
Oh, thank you, innkeeper. So I think that we can identify, or we'll have a better chance of identifying the right one based on the location of that woodcutter's camp, right? Now, I don't know exactly where that is. Let's see, quest giver, interesting site. We're gonna go check out his his stash too. Interesting. So we got find the cave in the hills by Ledetchko. Ask at the woodcutter's camp. Okay, so this is probably our best bet here. What is this one? Find the shaft in the promontory. Disused mine shaft in the left bank. It's probably this one. Although, hey, you never know. It might be worth checking out those at some point too. They probably have something cool in them. All right, well, let's go talk to his dad. Dad actually, I don't know if talking to his dad is the right move, because the dad might be likely to clue in his son about the fact that we're looking for him. But I don't know. I plan on getting to Reeky sooner than his dad might, so maybe it's not a big deal. Just kind of seems like we have all the information we need as far as that goes. Maybe we... Oh, hello, Pebbles. Maybe we can talk to the dad and just be careful not to give up too much information ourselves. Maybe we'll have that kind of option. Across the river. Saying Ledetchko seems like it's had better times. Here's our archery contest, man. Maybe we'll come back here and do that on the way back. Everyone knows I'm always in the market for more gold. It's been a while since we had any sort of combat. I wonder if we're going to have to do that soon. I was going to say, excuse me, that my gear, I could spend the money on some better gear. I don't have exactly the best stuff now, but it's gotten us through all the combat situations we've experienced so far. What up, dog?
Christ be praised.
Sure.
I'm
Reeky,
looking for
where's
a
your
fellow
boy?
called Reeky. Have you ever heard of him?
So yeah, he's my son.
Sure. Why wouldn't I? That's what they call my son, Hynek.
Fair enough.
You wouldn't happen to know where he is, would you?
I don't know nothing.
Don't you at least know where he usually goes? It's important.
Hynek shows up at home once in a blue moon, so I don't know nothing about where he gets to. Even if I did, why would I tell every Tom, Dick, and Harry?
All right. Who are his friends? I'm an envoy of Sir Radzig. Hynek is in trouble. Yeah, this is the one
Your
to
son
do.
is about to get into deep shit. I'm trying to find him so I can warn him.
That's kind of
not
true.
He's always up to his ears in it.
Sure.
But this time his neck's on the block. He got mixed up with some very dangerous people. I have to find him.
All right.
All right.
He was here a few days ago, but he left right away. He looked like he was in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went?
I've got an idea, but I don't know where it is exactly.
His little hideout,
I won't
huh?
follow.
Hynek makes some money on the side from poaching. He boasted to me a few times about what a great hideout he found in the woods, but he never told me where it is.
Well, I have a
it's
strong
not much
idea
to go
myself,
on.
my friend.
But it's better than nothing. Thank you.
Cool. Poacher's hideout.
Don't you have
Let's just
any
see what he
clue at all
says.
where his hideout could be?
I really don't know nothing about that. I could tell when he'd come from there is all.
How's that?
The woodcutter stuff. Bring you
'Cause
firewood.
every time he brought some hides
Oh,
for tanning.
never mind.
And money.
I guess the firewood was reserved specifically for, what's it called? For Adela, or whatever her name was. All right. That's good. I think I got everything I need. Thanks very much, friend. Now, the stash, let's see. Money, it's buried in the western corner of the small holding behind the tannery. I don't know what a small holding is. Let's see, western corner. I'm gonna check the map real fast. Western corner's got to be like right here, right? What is a small holding, though? Maybe it's like kind of up right here? Buried here, maybe? This looks like a... What is this? Like a trash dump? Oh, it's good. Jeez. I don't see anything particularly suspicious. If you really wanted to store something, you could put it in an outhouse, maybe like tape it up underneath. That's what I would do. People aren't going to be fishing around in there unless they absolutely have to. Nothing here. Right? Yes, no. I see a little path down to the water. This is like not a nice or a bad place to be. Nothing around here. A floating rock. Let's see. And we're up. Any spots that look particularly suspicious? This looks like a weird little patch. Haha. I don't have a spade. Well, we found it anyway. I had it. Oh, man. The last time I had a spade was when I was trying to bury my parents. That's not particularly fun as a memory. Shit. I'm going to look around for a spade now. Hello? Maybe the tanner would sell me one? Probably not. Maybe there's one around, maybe inside the house. I mean, Reeky had to use one, right? Yeah, I'm here. Spade, spade. Anyone? I'm just gonna go moving around inside your house just a little bit. Oh,
What in God? Something you're looking for?
yes, there is. Fuck, he won't trade with me. Dang, I might just have to start carrying around a spade in case I need to. Oh, I can put it on my horse. That would be a good call. Well, this can't make for particularly interesting watching. So why don't I pause the video real fast, and then I'll find a spade, and then I'll get back to you guys. How does that sound? Okay, I went and got myself a spade from the blacksmith, who is right across the street conveniently. We should be able to dig up this stash now. That is a little bit of a strange digging animation. That's better than nothing, I suppose. Rob. Grossed 115 and a sturdy gambeson, huh? It might be worth taking this as some sort of evidence. The game seems to like messing about with armor as evidence. I'll put the spade and the gambeson on our horse. Hello, Pebbles. What is the inventory for our horse? We'll just go like this. I want my own inventory, actually. Does a spade count as a weapon? Other. Spade. Move to horse. And armor. Sturdy gambeson. Boom. I guess that's good for now, right? I still have a little bit of carry weight. I wonder what's weighing so much. The villager's ash bow. I can move that as well. That was pretty heavy. Since I'm not using it at the moment. But I'll sell it off first chance I get. Alright, Pebbles. I think we have everything we need for now, right? We can just go ahead and haul off towards the north and see what we find up towards well, okay, shit. Let's just go to the cave first since it's right on the way. I suppose if we need to go to the wood hunters camp after that we can. But I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to find our boy at that hideout location. Curious to see what he'll say amongst all this. And the reason that we're going after Reeky is just to get information on Lubosh and the events that happened at the horse stud farm, in case any of you have forgotten. I kind of had to remind myself a little bit as well. It's been a while since we made any progress on this case. We've been doing any number of things in between. Ooh. It says there's an interesting site up north, too. Maybe that was it, actually. I don't know. What is my marker pointing at, too? Let's see here. When should I cut off? I suppose... Oh, I could take this little trail. It's above the cliffs. Why don't I go... I don't know why this is marked here. Have I been through here before? Quest giver. Why don't we go ahead and talk to whoever that is, too, since we're out here. It was, one of the tips from the innkeeper. Oh, can't quite make it up that slope. Maybe... Oh, you know what? Probably that interesting site was... This must have been where we went through... Oh, excuse me, tree. When we fast traveled from the north down south to Ratai, and we had that little encounter with the dead body, if you guys remember that one, where that woman came along and accused us of looting which was kind of true. I was thinking about it anyway. Herbalist. Hello? Kanhata. Reeky, can I do something for you? Let's see.
Is there anything I can do for you?
As it happens, there is. Drahomira, a widow from Ledetchko, requested my services. But it's a long way on foot.
Turn around and look at me when you're talking to me.
My back in such dreadful pain. I simply can't face the journey.
All right.
All the way from Ledetchko?
Well, that explains why she hasn't been into town to get her ale.
They do.
Tankard of ale.
She didn't want a local. She's a rich widow, inherited a butcher shop. You know how folks like to gossip, especially about anyone who's better off than them.
Ain't that the truth? Know what I'm saying? Ha.
Exorcisms?
Exorcisms?
I do not.
You know, banishing ghosts, smudging, spells.
I know what it is. That sounds like just the job for me. I'm gonna say this isn't a job for me right now.
Man for the job. I don't want to mess up and end up haunted for life.
That wasn't exactly my concern, Henry, but fair enough. I mean, I figure if we really want to, we can come by and get this one later. But God, I mean, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just get it in our journal, because I don't know. This game has a tendency to surprise us with its quests, where they end up pretty interesting.
I changed my mind about that job.
I'll
help you.
Exorcism as a basis is interesting enough for me to grab it.
Fear ghosts? Those are 3 words that don't go together.
Ha ha, Henry.
It's not a task to be undertaken lightly. This is a real ghost.
Lady, you got some shit in your hair.
A dead man who hasn't found peace. In order to banish him from the world of the living, you'll need to do a few things.
Like what?
With a black cock's neck on the poor soul's grave?
What a despicable thought. No. Do you know what smudging is? You'll need 10 poppies and some flowers from the deceased grave. Once you have all that, bring it to the house that's being haunted. Light it on fire, and the smoke will purge the place of any unwanted spirits.
10 poppies and some flowers from the grave. All right, fine. I'll get it logged in the journal. I'm not exactly jumping at the bit to do it, but if we find ourselves in the area, might as well. You know what I'm saying?
And these aren't forces to be meddled with lightly.
All right.
Fine. Is there anything else I should know?
That's a question for Drahomira. You'll find her in her cottage on the very edge of Ledetchko.
All right, all right. Thank you very much, Miss Lady. I'm gonna eat your food, if you don't mind. It's so strange that everyone just seems to let you eat their stews that are cooking in the pots. It's a nice little spot you got here. I've said this before too. I mean, after a certain point, you let's play for long enough and you do them solo, you're gonna repeat yourself quite a bit, it seems. Yeah, that's definitely the spot where we found that looter. I was gonna say, I have this thing for quaint little, like self-contained, like private huts and like locations. I always thought those were super cool. When I was a kid, I used to go out behind the hills or in the hills behind my house with some friends, and we would build like clubhouses and stuff. I've always had a soft spot for stuff like that, excuse me. Alright, so we're up. We're supposed to be on top of the cliffs, I do remember that. I suppose we can just kind of cut in wherever. These tall trees. Said this in the past too, but the foliage in the forested areas in this game are very convincing. Very immersive, dare I say it. And we're headed right to the east. I hear wildlife. Something very relaxing about just kind of moving through the woods like this, you know? And I still don't know how they managed to get it to run so smoothly. But it definitely does, and these settings are pretty high up. Since moving the game to my solid state, I've noticed that there are little moments where it'll chug, but it's almost like it's doing something. There's some kind of operation going on, like when I go from horseback to on foot. I think this is the spot. Alright. This is the mine shaft. Oh, looks like it. Oh, and here's a little tanning thing. I think we found our location, boys and girls. Whoa! Oh! We made it. Here's the cave. And you know what? It's looking to be about that time, so how's this for a cliffhanger? In the next episode, we will go ahead and make our way into this cave and see if we can find our boy Reeky. Whoa. Did I hurt my... Oh, I hurt my feet coming down that cliff. Well, It's actually kind of cool. I like that because you would not be able to just jump down the way that I just did without hurting yourself. It's a bummer. What impact will that have on us? Injured right leg, injured left leg. Doesn't really say. But I suppose it's not good. So we'll have to rest up later and get those fixed. But anyway, we'll make it into that cave in the very next episode. Thank you guys very much for watching, as always, and I will see you in the next one.